So today we'll be discussing the characteristics of measurement instruments, the measuring devices. So there are basically two different types and two different characteristics of measurement instruments: the static characteristics and the dynamic characteristics of the instruments. We'll be discussing both the different types of characteristics. Uh, the first one, the static characteristics. Static characteristics basically define the properties of a system in uh, in the steady state domain, while as the dynamic characteristics of these instruments will actually define the properties that will be time varying in nature. Right? So we'll be able to understand the transient behavior of systems using the dynamic properties of the measuring devices. So as far as the static characteristics of measuring instruments are concerned, there are a number of properties that we need to take into consideration uh, while looking at a measuring device. These properties are listed here. There is accuracy, precision, tolerance, range, linearity, sensitivity, threshold, resolution, sensitivity to measurement, sensitivity to disturbances. You have the hysteresis effect, you have the dead space. So we'll be looking at these properties one by one. We have already, so most of this you have already covered up in your previous semesters in the electrical measurement portion. So we'll just be recapping the definitions of what exactly these mean. So as far as accuracy is concerned, you should know that accuracy actually implies how close our output value is to the true value. Fine. It is the closeness of output to the true value, or what I can say, the actual value of the system. जो हमारा रेफरेंस वैल्यू होगा, जो हमारा डिजायर्ड वैल्यू का, उसके कितने क्लोज होगा हमारा आउटपुट. दैट्स व्हाट एक्यूरेसी means. Fine. And practically we do not actually define for a measuring device, we do not define the accuracy of a system. We actually define inaccuracy of a system. That means जो हमारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होते हैं उसमें हम डिफाइन करते हैं हमारा सिस्टम कितना इनएक्यूरेट है. वी डिफाइन इट एज इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज ऑफ द फुल स्केल रीडिंग. फाइन. जैसे हम किसी भी मेजरिंग डिवाइस पे आप देखोगे हमारा इंस्ट्रूमेंट इट इज एबल टू मेजर 20 एम्पेयर्स प्लस माइनस 5%. फाइन. दैट प्लस माइनस 5% एक्चुअली शोज हाउ inaccurate our system can be. And our measuring devices, therefore, they are practically rated in terms of inaccuracy rather than accuracy. But inaccuracy is simply the uh, reciprocal of the accuracy. So this term needs to be made clear that accuracy is uh, the measure of the output, and it actually shows us how close our output will be to the true value of the system, to the desired value, to the reference value of the system. Second static characteristics of a system is precision. So sometimes we are confused between accuracy and precision. These are totally two different terms. There is nothing common between precision and accuracy. Uh, Precision is also referred to as repeatability or reproducibility. There may be occasions where repeatability and reproducibility are different from precision, but most often these terms are used uh, in the same conjecture. Uh, so precision का मतलब क्या है? Precision basically defines uh, how it actually defines the instrument's degree of freedom to repeat the same uh, value of error. It actually describes the instrument's degree of freedom from a random error, or we can say how we can uh, produce this, how closely it produces the same results over and over again. ठीक है? So we can define it in terms of repeatability or reproducibility. Repeatability का मतलब क्या है? Uh, Say for example, we are taking the same set of readings again and again. जब आप lab में experiment करते हो, you repeat the experiment again and again. You actually try to see हमारे जो output readings आ रही हैं वो repeat हो रही हैं या नहीं हो रही हैं, और अगर repeat हो रही हैं तो कितने closely repeat हो रही हैं. ठीक है? So repeatability basically describes the closeness of the output readings when the same input is applied for over a short period of time, when the same measuring conditions, same location, same conditions are taken into consideration. ठीक है? Repeatability, it describes the closeness of the output readings when we are actually we are actually doing the experiment again and again with the same input under the same conditions. That means temperature, pressure वगैरह जो भी है उस time पे, we take those conditions same and we see how closely the output values match with each other under once we are repeating the experiment again and again. As far as reproducibility is concerned, it actually describes the closeness of the output values for the same input, but we are not actually now here concerned with the same measuring environment. ठीक है? There may be change in the method of measurement. Fine. There may be change in the observer भी change हो सकता है, कोई और user आ सकता है, वो देख सकता है. There may be change in location, change in temperature. So repeatability में हम conditions को भी same रखते हैं, but in case of reproducibility, we do not keep the conditions same. And precision actually means how closely our output values, when we are actually performing the same experiment again and again, how closely the output values match each other. They may or may not give us the actual results, actual desired results. Okay? So this is a pictorial representation. I hope you are familiar with this. This representation means it's एक बार हमारा आउटपुट यहाँ पे लगा, दूसरा यहाँ पे. This is our desired response. So as far as accuracy goes, our output values are nowhere close to the true value. So the accuracy of this system is poor. As well as when we are performing this experiment again and again, the output values are nowhere close to each other. So this system refers to as a low precision, low accuracy measurement. Fine. In the second condition, जो हमारे output results हैं, they are far away from the desired result. So that means our accuracy is still poor. We still have a low accuracy. We are still achieving a low accuracy. But as far as precision goes, since the output values are close to each other, even after performing the experiment thrice, 4 times, 5 times, we are able to reproduce the same results. So that means our precision in this case is high. In the third case, our accuracy is also high, our precision is also high. Now, accuracy and precision needs to be taken. You need to keep this thing in mind that accuracy and precision, they are two different terms. Okay? Accuracy means how close our output values are to the true value. Precision means how close our output values are to each other after performing the same experiment again and again. Okay? It has nothing to do with accuracy. Precision and accuracy may or may not be same for the system. Okay? So there are different scenarios where you have a low precision, low accuracy, where you have high precision, low accuracy, where you have high precision, high accuracy. Okay? So these two are often confused with each other. So keep this thing in mind. They are precision and accuracy. They are two different terms altogether. There are some other static characteristics that you need to keep in mind. One is the tolerance. Tolerance is closely related to accuracy, and it actually tells us how much maximum error can be tolerated by the system. ठीक है, आउटपुट रीडिंग्स में कितना मैक्सिमम एरर हम टॉलरेट कर पाएंगे अंडर अ certain given conditions, certain temperatures, pressure वगैरह. What will be the limit of the maximum error? That's what actually tolerance means. Then another static property is range. What will be the minimum and the maximum values a system can measure? That actually defines the range of the system. Linearity. ठीक है, हमारे जो measuring instruments है they are mostly linear. uh, as you know the properties of linear systems, they follow the principle of superposition and homogeneity. Our output readings will be a linear function of the input value. uh, so we can go through these definitions. Sensitivity to measurement. uh, so sensitivity to measurement basically implies us the measure, it actually gives us the change in the instrument output when the quantity being measured changes by a given amount. Okay? So sensitivity can actually be defined by the ratio of the scale deflection to the value of measurement being produced under deflection. Fine. Then next property is threshold. If the input to an instrument is increased gradually from zero, the input will have to reach a certain minimum level before the change in instrument output readings is of large enough magnitude to be detectable. ठीक है, uh, अगर आपने सिस्टम में करंट इंट्रोड्यूस की, दैट मीन्स इट मे नॉट रिजल्ट इन simultaneously voltage भी change होगा, that may or may not happen. There may be a certain minimum amount of current that you need to feed to the system before you will see some appreciable amount of change in the voltage. That uh, value of current that you need to put, यहाँ पे मैं example दे रहा हूँ, it may be current, it may be something else, that minimum amount of value that you need to put for the system to start giving us in the output values, that is known as the threshold. ठीक है, so thus the minimum level of input required for producing that appreciable amount of output is known as the threshold of the instrument. Okay? So these are all static characteristics of measuring instruments. They do not change over time. They will be fixed for a system. So ये सारे जब भी आपके पास एक measuring device होगा, ये सारे rating values उसके these values will be accompanied with the measuring device that you are looking at. ठीक है, उसके जो नेम प्लेट रेटिंग्स होंगे उस पर ये सारे वैल्यूज दिए होंगे, थ्रेशोल्ड कितना है, रेंज कितना है, सेंसिटिविटी कितनी है, एक्यूरेसी कितनी है, हाउ एफिशिएंट द सिस्टम इज. फाइन. Yet another important property of a measuring device is resolution. When an instrument is showing a particular output reading, there is a lower limit of the on the magnitude of the change in the input. ठीक है, so हर कोई सिस्टम एक, there will be a certain minimum level of magnitude change that can be observed from a measuring device, that is referred to as the resolution. Fine. It's for an instrument showing a particular output reading, there will be a lower limit on the magnitude of the change in the input uh, that will produce an observable change in the instrument's output. Fine. So that minimum level of values that will be required for each and every step for producing an appreciable amount of change in the output, that is known as resolution. ठीक है, threshold खाली starting में होता है, that is the minimum level of input required to produce an appreciable amount of change in the output, that will be at the starting, that will be referred to as the threshold. But at each and every step when this there will be a minimum level of magnitude change that will be required in the input for producing an output change, that is known as the resolution. So this resolution is also fixed for a measuring device. It can be 0.01, 0.1, something like that. ये हर किसी स्टेप पे होगा while as threshold is only defined at the beginning of at the beginning. ठीक है, almost they are similar. uh, it's the minimum level of the input that will be required to produce an output change. If it is if we are concerned only at the beginning, it's referred to as the threshold. But this minimum level of change that's taking place in the output that will be observed at each and every step, that it'll be constant actually across all the steps, is referred to as the resolution. So this resolution is sometimes specified as an absolute value and sometimes as a percentage of the full scale uh, reading. ठीक है,
फिर सेंसिटिविटी और रेजोल्यूशन में क्या फर्क है? उसमें भी तो
कोई कोई क्वेश्चन है?
यस सर, यस सर।
हाँ बोलो. uh, Sensitivity basically, if you see at the definition, sensitivity basically is the measure of the change in the instrument's output that will be observed when the quantity being measured changed by a given amount. Okay? While as the resolution is the uh, lower limit on the magnitude of change in the input. Fine. Sensitivity refers to the change in the output when the change in input takes place, while as resolution is the change in the input for any appreciable amount of change in the output to take place. Okay? So they are actually uh, vice versa to each other. Sensitivity refers to output change, resolution refers to the input change. Sensitivity means output में कितनी change होगी for any change of input. Resolution will refer to as the resolution means input में कितनी change आनी चाहिए for the output to change. Is this clear?
यस सर।
And as I was saying, resolution हर किसी step पे defined होगा, threshold खाली start में defined होता है. Resolution and threshold. So next static characteristics is sensitivity to disturbance. Sensitivity to disturbance basically means that there will be change in the environmental conditions, working conditions, change in temperature, pressure, so on. And as these conditions change, we have to be aware of the, we have to see what will be the impact on the output values with these change in the with these change in conditions. So the change in the output variables with the change in these controlled conditions is what is referred to as a sensitivity to disturbance, and it's basically measured. It actually has two types of effects that need to be taken into consideration. One is the zero drift effect, and another one is the sensitivity drift. Zero drift effect means sometimes there may be a change in condition that will actually shift the 0 point altogether. We may have, say, for example, um, at some normal operating conditions, our zero is zero, but our temperature, pressure, extra, all has changed. So our zero will now be shifted to two, two. Fine. So there is a drift in the zero reading of an instrument that's taking place because of the change in the ambient conditions. Zero drift is mostly constant in nature. That means, say for example, this was our lean original operating characteristics. By by the effect of zero, what will happen is that now our new characteristics of the measuring device will be something like this. हमारा zero shift हो गया, and there will be a constant error between the actual output reading and now the output readings because of the changed environment. Second type of effect because of the disturbance is the sensitivity drift. This is not a constant drift, but it is a uh, it will continuously change. ठीक है? So it defines the amount of change by which an instrument's sensitivity to measurement varies as the ambient conditions change. ठीक है? Fine. Say for example, this was our normal operating conditions. Sensitivity drift basically implies that our new operation conditions can be something like this. There is not a constant change, there is a continuous change in the output because of the change in the uh, and working conditions. Because of the change in the ambient conditions, there is a constant change between the output readings and the actual readings. Fine. Now, why does this sensitivity drift happen? Because maybe the output is a function of the ambient conditions. In case of zero drift effect, this effect will be constant. That means हमारा output एक बार में shift हो गया, and there will be a constant shift between the actual reading and the observed readings. But in case of sensitivity drift, the output may be actually a function of the temperature or pressure, so on and so forth. So there you will see a continuous drift of the output from the actual that should have been the characteristics of the system. Uh, so far we have studied accuracy, precision, tolerance, range, linearity, sensitivity to measurement, sensitivity to disturbance, resolution, and threshold. There are two other characteristics. These characteristics are not common to all measuring devices. They are only found in some of the measuring devices. These are the hysteresis effects and the dead space. Uh, as far as the hysteresis is concerned, it will be found in devices such as that consists of springs. You know that basically when a spring expands, just like the hysteresis loop, when it will uh, say for example we are compressing a spring and it is then decompressing, it is then again compressing, so it will not take the same path as while decompressing, it may not take the same path as while we were the compressing the spring. So the properties of a spring may be somewhat similar to that of a hysteresis loop, wherein in the hysteresis loop you actually know that uh, a magnetic field is applied to any system. The magnetic field strength and this is actually the BH curve. Hysteresis loop actually refers to as a BH curve. So say for example हमने किसी सिस्टम को एक इनपुट दिया, uh, वो कुछ आउटपुट दे रहा है. Once the input is retracing its path, we may not get the same values of output. We may get a different values of output. Why? So these types of effects are seen in case of springs or in case of brake systems, uh, a prony brake system. ठीक है. Hysteresis effect simply means हम input दे रहे हैं system को, it is producing a certain path of outputs. Once we will retrace the inputs, we'll say for example हमने पहले 1 to 10 दिया, इसने output की एक curve आई, अब हम 10 to 1 दे रहे हैं, output की some different curve आएगी. So this difference between the outputs because of the retracing of the inputs, uh, ये actually कुछ property होगी system की because of which it is happening is known as the hysteresis effect. So this needs to be taken into consideration as well. Fine. And as far as the dead space goes, it's somewhat it's any instrument that actually exhibits the property of hysteresis will also display the property of dead space. Dead space is simply defined as the range of the different input values over which there is no change in the output value. Okay, so for example, this region, there may be some region in the input, there may be some region जहाँ पे आप input में change, you are changing the input but there will be no change in the output values. So that portion will be referred to as the dead space. ठीक है. Hysteresis effect simply means we are giving inputs from 0 to 10. We are getting one values of output. If we give the values, if we retrace the input in the reverse direction, that means हम 10 to 0 देंगे, we may get different values of outputs. ये sometimes जब आप measurement करते हो, you may give current in increasing order and then in decreasing order you will see different values of voltage. So this is seen commonly in case of spring-based devices, in case of Prony brakes extra, and that space is actually uh, uh, the range of the input. for which there will be no change in the output values. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे डेड स्पेस दिखाया गया है इस डायग्राम में. डेड स्पेस is actually this region. You may be changing the input, but there will not be any appreciable amount of change in the output. So these were all different static characteristics of measuring instruments: accuracy, precision, tolerance, range span. So जब भी हम कोई मेजरिंग डिवाइस लाएंगे तो उसके साथ ये नेम प्लेट पे ये सारी प्रॉपर्टीज डिफाइंड की होती हैं. व्हाट इज द स्टैटिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, व्हाट इज द एक्यूरेसी, व्हाट इज द प्रेसिजन, व्हाट इज द रेजोल्यूशन ऑफ दिस डिवाइस, इसकी टॉलरेंस कितनी है, इसकी रेंज कितनी है. ऑल दीज things, all these properties, all these characteristics of a measuring instrument will be uh, defined for a system. So they actually represent the steady state properties of a system. And there are the dynamic properties of a system, and dynamic properties basically refer to the time varying properties of a system. So you'll see that your output will behave, uh, how your output change with respect to time as the input is varied. So we have discussed the static characteristics of measuring devices. Now we will be discussing the dynamic characteristics of the instruments, the time varying characteristics of measuring instruments. So we have the zero order instruments, we have the first order instruments, the second order instruments. Uh, we have already covered this portion in the control systems. Say for example, we have any nth order differential equation, right? That's any linear time invariant system, any LTI system, now it's a measuring system here, can be uh, defined in terms of an nth order differential equation as shown here. Uh, so you know, for a zero order system हमने नहीं पढ़ा. Zero order system is fairly simple. That means यहाँ पे इस differential equation के सारे coefficients except for a naught and b naught जीरो होंगे. डैट मीन्स हमारी जो आउटपुट इक्वेशन दैट विल बी सिंपली ए नॉट क्यू नॉट इक्वल टू बी नॉट क्यू आई. दिस इज एज सिंपल एज वाई इज इक्वल टू एम एक्स. फाइन. So this represents the linear equation of any device. So for any step change in the measured quantity, there will be an immediate change in the output of the system. Fine. For a zero order input, zero order system, you can see the uh, characteristics. There is a spontaneous, there is an immediate change in the output. As the input varies, there is an immediate change in the output as well. This here reflects the input change, this will here reflect the output change. So this is the property of a linear system. Y is equal to mx, say for example. So such devices, such measuring instruments are very efficient. That means हमारा जो output होगा, that will be simultaneously reflected, immediately reflected. Uh, though it's very difficult to have a zero order system. A true zero order system is actually very impossible to obtain. Uh, Secondly, the system can have a properties of a first order system. यहाँ पे we'll be representing our inputs output relationship using this differential equation. A1 dq naught plus a naught q naught is equal to b naught qi. यहाँ पे जो है q naught और qi, they are the input and the output of the system. Qi is the input, q naught is the output. You can say this is simply a1 dy by dt plus a naught y is equal to b naught times x. तो हम y by x की फॉर्मूला निकालते थे for a first order system. If we do the Laplace of this, we'll see that q naught by qi will be 1 by 1 plus s tau. Fine. ठीक है. So first order system के भी characteristics हमने देख लिए हैं. We know that how an output for a first order system change for a step change in input. Fine. So our output is exponentially varying, e raised power minus 80, and the time constant of the system is defined as a time where the output reaches 63% of the input value, 63% of the steady state value. So these um, ये भी फर्स्ट ऑर्डर सिस्टम की भी प्रॉपर्टीज हमने already control systems में we have studied these things in control system one itself. First order system, the time constant is defined as the 63% as the time where the output reaches the 63% of the steady state value. अब मेजरमेंट सिस्टम्स में इसका मतलब क्या है? दैट मीन्स अगर इनपुट में कोई भी चेंज आ रही है, हमारा जो आउटपुट है इट इज एक्सपोनेंशियली राइजिंग. हमारे आउटपुट में there will not be an immediate change in the output. Our output is varying with respect to is taking some time to obtain its steady state value. So ये जो time lag है to reach the output, to reach the final steady state value, that needs to be taken into consideration while designing any measuring instrument. We need to keep into consideration that the time constant of our measuring device should be as low as possible. Why? Roughly speaking, the settling time of this system is 4 times 40. ठीक है. So जितना टाइम कांस्टेंट हमारा कम होगा उतनी ज्यादा जल्दी हमारा आउटपुट रिफ्लेक्ट होगा. ठीक है. So while designing any measuring instrument, we need to keep into consideration whether it's a zero order instrument, whether its behavior is a first order instrument behavior, whether its behavior is that of a second order system. Fine. Second order system में आपने different graphs देखे हुए हैं. We have a second order differential equation. If we find out the transfer function of the system qi by q naught by qi, you'll get omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. ठीक है. So you know what is the rise time of the system, what is the settling time of this system, second order system. So uh, for what values of zeta it will produce a damped response, for what values of zeta will it produce a critically damped response, for what values of zeta will it produce a over damped response and under damped response. So those things are already clear to you. So while designing a system, we need to keep into consideration what is the value of zeta and what is the value of omega n for us to obtain an output as quickly as possible. ठीक है. तो अब मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में क्या ऐसा क्या होता है कि for different values of inputs, zeta changes over a period of time. Zeta does not remain constant. So it's not easy to predict the behavior of the output as the input is changing. Why? A common example is for an accelerometer, you'll see that zeta changes anywhere between the range of zero point 0.6. Uh, it's designed for a damping ratio of anywhere between a range of zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.8. So zeta is not constant. It is varying for this system as as the conditions change, zeta will also change. Our output response behavior will also change. So it's not easy for us to predict the output response for the system unless and until we know how our system is behaving for different uh, under different conditions. ठीक है. As far as the characteristics go, I don't need to explain it. First order characteristics कैसे निकालते हैं, second order characteristics कैसे निकालते हैं. Zero order characteristics, this is fairly simple. It's simply y is equal to mx, a straight line. You already know all these things. अब जब हम different instruments उठाएंगे, उनकी dynamic properties देखेंगे, we'll see how that system is behaving. उसकी dynamic, उसकी transfer function क्या होगी, how its output is varying, what will be the zeta. This is just a general overview that a system can either be a zero order system, or first order system, or a second order system. And if it's a first order system or a second order system, that means हमारा जो output है, it will not be immediately available to us as the input is changing. There will be a certain time lag before which the output will settle down. ठीक है, there is a steady state time. So ये जो steady state time है, ये कितना कम होगा, कितना ज़्यादा होगा, that we need to take into consideration by designing the system uh, accordingly. Okay, choosing the proper values of time constant, choosing the proper values of zeta, choosing the proper values of omega n. ठीक है, we have to also see अगर जो हमारा output है, whether the output response is oscillatory, वो कितना ज़्यादा fluctuate कर रहा है from the true value. If it has some value of steady state error, what will be the steady state error? So all those things need to be taken into consideration while designing a system. And once we take the instruments, we'll be designing for each and every system will be having its own transfer function, and we'll be studying the behavior of that transfer function. Okay? So these were the properties, these are the characteristics of a system. The steady state characteristics, that's the static characteristics, and the dynamic characteristics of instruments. So hopefully this is clear. If there's anything you want to ask.